In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of Holy Spirit, one God. Amen. Chosen ones, congratulations. It's done. The battles you've fought, the storms you've endured, they're over. And you will never have to face them again. God has seen your heart, your courage, your unyielding faith. And He's declaring victory over your life right now. This is not a promise waiting in the distance. It's a divine truth unfolding in your world today. You've walked through fire, stood firm against doubt, and carried burdens heavier than most could bear. But hear this, the chains are broken, the weight is lifted, and a new chapter of triumph is yours. Stay with me, because this message is for you, a radiant confirmation of the glory God has prepared. Your journey wasn't easy. You faced moments where the world seemed to close in, where every step felt like a fight against an unseen force. Maybe it was loss, betrayal, or nights spent wondering if you'd ever see the light again. But you didn't give up. You held fast to your faith. Even when it felt like the smallest spark in a raging storm, that spark was enough. God saw it, and He's fanning it into a flame that will light up your entire life. The trials that tested you weren't meant to break you. They were forging you into something unstoppable. You're not just a survivor, you're a warrior, handpicked by the Creator to rise above. Let's pause for a moment. If this truth is stirring something in your soul, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones' souls walking this divine path. Your support sends this message further, reaching hearts that need it most. And if you're ready to claim this victory, type 777 in the comments below. That number carries the power of divine completion, a signal to the universe that you're stepping into what God has finished for you. Think about the story of Joseph, sold into slavery, imprisoned, forgotten. Every door seemed shut, every hope buried. Yet in a single moment, God turned his story around. From a dungeon to a palace, Joseph's life became a testament to divine turnaround. You're standing at your own turning point. The struggles that defined your past are not your future. God has rewritten your story, and the pages ahead are filled with abundance, purpose, and joy. What felt like endless waiting was preparation. The tears you shed watered the ground for the blessings now blooming. You might wonder why your path was so hard. Why did the weight fall on you? It's because God doesn't choose the ordinary for extraordinary tasks. He saw something in you, a strength, a fire, a heart that wouldn't bow. The world may have called you broken, but God called you chosen. Every challenge was a step toward this moment where you stand taller, wiser, and ready to receive what's been set aside for you. The pain is behind you and the promise is before you. Can you feel it? The shift is happening right now. Your victory isn't just about you. It's a beacon for others. People will look at you and see the impossible made real. They'll see someone who walked through darkness and came out glowing with God's light. Your life is a testimony, a living proof that no trial is too great when God is on your side. That's why you'll never face those battles again, because God has declared it finished. The enemy tried to stop you, but you were untouchable. Your faith was your shield, and now it's your crown. Let's talk about what's coming. Picture a river, steady and unending, flowing with everything you need: peace, provision, health, purpose. That's the life God is opening for you. It's not a trickle, it's an overflow. You won't chase it because it's already chasing you. The doors you thought were locked are swinging wide. Opportunities you couldn't dream of are finding you. This isn't about what you've earned, it's about what God has ordained. Your job is simple: walk forward, trust and receive. And here's the truth: this victory changes everything. Your mind, once clouded by worry, will find clarity. Your heart, once heavy, will beat with joy. Even your body will reflect this renewal energy. Where there was fatigue, light. Where there was shadow, people will notice. They'll ask what happened, how you're different. You won't need to explain, because your life will speak. The glow of God's favor on you is undeniable, a magnet for those seeking hope. If you're feeling this, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls standing in this truth. Comment 777 below to seal this moment, to declare that you're ready for the overflow God has prepared. Your action strengthens this message, carrying it to others who need to hear it. Consider Esther, a woman who faced impossible odds, an orphan chosen to stand before a king, risking death to save her people. She didn't feel ready, but God had already prepared her. One step of faith and the entire course of history shifted. You're at your Esther moment. The battles you fought weren't random. They were training you to step into a purpose bigger than you imagined. God has placed you exactly where you need to be, and the victory is already yours. This isn't about looking back. The past taught you, shaped you, but it doesn't own you. God has closed that chapter. You're not defined by what you lost or what you endured. You're defined by what He's giving you now. Freedom, strength, a future so bright, it overshadows every shadow. You'll walk into rooms and change atmospheres, not because of what you say, but because of who you are. A chosen one, marked by God's hand. Your transformation is a ripple effect. Your family will feel it. Your community will see it. Strangers will sense it. The victory God has sealed in your life isn't just for you. It's a spark that ignites hope in others. You'll inspire people to believe again, to trust that their battles too can end. That's the power of a life touched by God's promise. You're not just living for yourself, you're living for His glory. Now, imagine waking up each day, knowing the fight is over. No more striving, no more fear. You're not waiting for a breakthrough, you're walking in it. God's provision is like a table set before you, abundant and ready. Health, wealth, relationships, everything aligns because He's made it so. This is what it means to be chosen. Not perfection, but purpose. Not ease, but victory. You've crossed the line and there's no going back. Every step you take now is on holy ground. The world might not see it yet, but you're walking in a divine rhythm. The struggles that try to define you are now testimonies of God's power. You're not just healed, you're whole. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. And the best part, this is only the beginning. God's plans for you stretch beyond what you can see, into a future where every promise is fulfilled. Let's pause again. If this message is speaking to you, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls claiming their divine victory. Type 777 in the comments to mark this moment, to tell the universe you're ready for what God has done. Your support keeps this light shining, reaching those who need it most. Think of David facing Goliath with nothing but a sling and a stone. The world saw a boy, but God saw a king. Your battles, like David's, were never about your strength. They were about God's. He's brought you through, and now He's crowning you with favor. The giants you faced are gone, and in their place is a path paved with purpose. You'll never walk that old road again, because God has set you on a new one. This victory isn't quiet. It's loud, radiant, undeniable. People will see the change in you and wonder. Your confidence, your peace, your joy. It's not something you manufactured. It's God's signature on your life. You're a living proof that He keeps His word. The world will try to explain it, but they'll never fully understand. You don't need their approval because you have His anointing. And here's what's beautiful. This isn't about being perfect. You don't have to be flawless to be chosen. God saw you in your mess, in your doubt, in your darkest moments, and still called your name. He didn't wait for you to get it right. He made it right. That's why you'll never face those battles again. He's fought them for you. And the victory is final. Your only task now is to live it, to walk in the fullness of what He's done. Picture a seed buried in the dark, pressed down by soil. It doesn't stay there. It breaks through, reaching for light, becoming something new. That's you. The weight of your past was the soil, but God's hand was the light. You're not just growing, you're blooming. Your life is a garden of His promises, and the harvest is here. No more barren seasons, no more empty nights. You're stepping into abundance, and it's yours to keep. Your story is a miracle in motion. Every moment you chose faith over fear. Every time you stood when you wanted to fall, God was writing this ending. You're not waiting for permission to shine. You already have it. The gates of heaven have opened and the blessings are pouring out. Wealth, health, purpose. They're not dreams anymore. They are your reality, sealed by God's hand. If you're feeling the weight of this truth, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls embracing their divine calling. Comment 777 below to declare that you're stepping into this victory. Your action amplifies this message, carrying it to hearts that need to hear it. Let's talk about the enemy for a moment. The forces that try to hold you back: doubt, fear, lack. They thought they had you. They whispered lies, set traps, tried to dim your light, but you didn't break. You stood firm, rooted in God's truth. And now they're powerless. The devil himself can't touch what God has blessed. Your victory is a declaration that no weapon formed against you will prosper. You've overcome, and you'll never face that darkness again. This is what sets you apart. While others might crumble under pressure, you rise. While the world chases fleeting things, you're anchored in eternal promises. Your life is a testament to God's faithfulness, a story that will echo beyond your years. You're not just living, you're leaving a legacy. People will tell your story, not of what you endured, but of what God did through you. And now you're free. Free to dream without limits, to love without fear, to live without chains. God has cleared the path and it's wide open. The battles you fought were real, but so is this victory. You're not hoping for it, you're holding it. Every promise, every blessing, every moment of joy, it's yours and it's done. You'll never walk through that valley again because God has lifted you to higher ground. Imagine the peace of knowing it's finished. No more wondering if you're enough. No more fighting to prove your worth. God has spoken and His word is final. You're not just chosen, you're crowned. Your life is a masterpiece painted with His grace, and the world will see it. You're not here to blend in, you're here to stand out, to shine so brightly that others find their way because of you. Your transformation isn't just personal, it's powerful. It's a spark that lights fires in others. Your family, your friends, even strangers, they'll feel the shift in you. Your victory is contagious, spreading hope to those still in their battles. You're proof that God doesn't just promise, He delivers. And because of you, others will dare to believe. Again, let's pause one more time. If this message is resonating, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls stepping into their divine victory. Type 777 in the comments to claim this moment. To tell the heavens you're ready for what's yours. Your support keeps this message alive, touching lives across the world. Think of Moses standing at the Red Sea, the enemy behind him, the impossible ahead. He didn't have the answers, but he had God's promise. One step of faith and the waters parted. You're at your Red Sea moment. The impossible is behind you and the path is clear. God has parted the waters and you're walking through on dry ground. The battles you faced are gone and you'll never see them again. This victory isn't a one-time event. It's a new way of living. Every morning you wake up to God's favor. Every challenge is met with His strength. Your life is no longer about surviving, it's about thriving. The world will try to pull you back, but it can't. You're too far gone, too deeply rooted in God's truth. Your future is secure and your present is alive with His presence. And here's the secret. You were always meant for this. The struggles didn't define you, they refined you. God saw the end from the beginning and He chose you for this moment. You're not an accident. You're an appointment. Every tear, every fight, every prayer, it all led here. You're standing in the promise, and it's more beautiful than you ever imagined. Your life now is a reflection of God's glory. People will see you and sense something different. Your peace will confuse them. Your joy will draw them. Your strength will inspire them. You're not just a person, you're a miracle, a walking testament to what God can do. The battles are over and the blessings are here. You'll never go through that again because God has made you new. This is your moment, chosen one. The future is bright and the present is yours. God has finished the work and you're living proof. Walk boldly. Love fiercely, shine brightly. The world is watching and your life is telling a story of victory that will echo for generations. Congratulations, it's done. Your victory, chosen one, is not a fleeting moment. It's a foundation God has laid for a life of unshakable purpose. The battles you've left behind were not just obstacles, they were divine assignments, shaping you into a vessel of His power. Now, as you stand on this new ground, you're not just walking forward, you're blazing a trail. The path ahead is lined with opportunities that reflect God's boundless provision. You're not chasing dreams anymore. You're stepping into a reality He's already prepared. Picture a mountain climber reaching the peak after a grueling ascent. The struggle was real, every slip, every storm, every moment of doubt. But now standing at the summit, the view is breathtaking. That's you right now. The climb is over and the vista of God's promises stretches before you. You'll never face those old valleys again because He's lifted you to a place where the air is clear and the horizon is endless. Such promises. Your life is no longer about surviving the climb, it's about thriving at the top. This new season brings a clarity you've never known. Where once you questioned your steps, now you move with certainty. God has sharpened your vision, aligning your heart with His purpose. You'll see opportunities where others see walls. solutions where others see problems. This isn't about luck or chance. It's about divine alignment. The creator of the universe has set your course, and every step you take is guided by his hand. You're not guessing anymore. You're following a map drawn by his wisdom. Let's take a moment. If this truth is igniting your spirit, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking in God's light. Comment 777 below to declare you're claiming this clarity, this divine direction. Your action strengthens this message, carrying it to hearts that need to hear it. Think of Daniel in the lion's den. The world expected him to be torn apart, but God had other plans. One night of faith and the lions became silent. Your battles were your den, and God has shut the mouths of your fears, your doubts, your enemies. You've walked out untouched, stronger, ready for what's next. The world might have bet against you, but God never did. He's placed you in a position of influence, not because of your strength, but because of his. This victory changes how you see yourself. You're not the person who once stumbled under pressure. You're the one God calls his own, marked by his favor. The mirror reflects a new truth now. Eyes that shine with purpose, a posture that carries confidence, a heart that beats with his rhythm. You're not just different, you're divine. The world will try to label you by your past, but God has renamed you for your future. You'll never carry that old identity again. Your presence shifts atmospheres. Walk into a room and something changes. People feel it. Hope, peace, strength. You don't need to preach or proclaim. Your life does that for you. God has made you a light, not hidden under a basket, but set on a hill for all to see. The battles you've won are proof that his power in you is real. You're not just living for yourself anymore. You're a signpost pointing others to what's possible when God takes charge. Now let's talk about provision. God doesn't just give you enough, he gives you overflow. Imagine a cup so full it spills over, blessing everyone around you. That's what he's doing in your life. Resources, opportunities, connections, they coming not because you chase them, but because God commanded them. Your job isn't to strive, it's to steward. Take what he gives and use it for his glory. The wealth of his favor is yours, and it's more than you can contain. Your story is a magnet for miracles. The same God who parted seas and raised the dead is working in you. The battles you'll never face again weren't just defeated, they were transformed into stepping stones. Every hardship became a lesson, every tear a seed. Now you're harvesting what God planted. Relationships that uplift you, opportunities that align with your purpose, health that radiates his life. They're all part of the harvest. You're not waiting for it, you're walking in it. If this is resonating, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls embracing God's provision. Type 777 in the comments to seal this truth, to tell the heavens you're ready for the overflow. Your support spreads this message, lighting the way for others. Consider Ruth, a woman who lost everything, her home, her family, her security, yet in her faithfulness, God led her to a field where she found favor, redemption, and a legacy that changed history. You're in your field of Boaz now. The losses of your past are not your story's end. They're the setup for God's redemption. What you thought was gone forever is being restored, multiplied, made new. You'll never walk that barren road again. This victory rewrites your relationships. The people who couldn't see your worth, who walked away or doubted you, They're part of the old chapter. God is bringing new connections. People who see the light in you, who honor the calling on your life. These are just friendships or partnerships. They're divine appointments. They'll walk with you, not against you, lifting you higher as you lift them. You're no longer bound to those who dim your shine. Your health is part of this triumph. The weariness that once dragged you down is lifting. God is breathing new life into your body, your mind, your spirit. You'll feel energy where there was exhaustion, peace where there was chaos. This isn't just physical, it's divine vitality. People will notice the change, the glow, the strength. It's not about age or circumstance. It's about God's power making you whole. You'll never carry that all weight again. Your purpose is clearer now than ever. The battle's stripped away, the noise, the distractions, the doubts. What's left is a vision so sharp it cuts through fear. God has placed a calling in you that the world can't ignore. It's not about what you do, it's about who you are. A teacher, a healer, a leader, a light. Whatever form it takes, it's unstoppable because God Himself is behind it. You're not searching for purpose anymore. You're living it. Every closed door in your past was God's redirection. The rejections, the failures, they weren't setbacks, they were setups. He was guiding you to this moment where every no becomes a yes, every loss becomes a gain. You'll never face those dead ends again because God has opened a highway. Your steps are sure, your destination certain. Trust the journey because He's already mapped it out. If this truth is burning in your heart, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls stepping into their purpose. Comment 777 below to declare you're walking this divine path. Your action carries this message further, touching lives that need this hope. Think of Lazarus, dead for 4 days, wrapped in grave clothes. The world said it was over, but Jesus said, come out. That's what God is saying to you. The things that felt like death, your dreams, your hopes, your strength, they are alive again. You're not just revived, you're radiant. The grave couldn't hold you, and neither can the struggles of your past. You're free, and you'll never be bound again. This victory is eternal. It's not a moment that fades or a season that ends. God's promises are woven into the fabric of your life, unshakable and true. You're not hoping for His favor, you're living in it. Every day is a testament to what He's done, a reminder that the battles are over and the blessings are here. You're not just surviving, you're soaring, carried by His grace. Your influence is growing. People are drawn to you not because of what you say, but because of what God has done. Your life is a sermon preached without words. The way you carry peace, the way you face challenges, it speaks louder than any speech. You're not just a person, you're a movement, a spark that lights up the world. You'll never be silenced again because God has given you a voice. And here's the truth, you're not alone in this. God has surrounded you with a cloud of witnesses, seen and unseen, cheering you on. Your victory is their victory, your light, their hope. The battles you've won have broken chains for others, even those you'll never meet. You're not just chosen for yourself, you're chosen for a generation, for a purpose that stretches beyond your lifetime. Your faith is your power. It's what carried you through the fire. When you ask me to answer, what held you up when the world pushed you down, now it's your foundation, your strength, your guide. God has seen every moment you chose to trust Him, and He's honoring it with a life of abundance. You'll never face that doubt again because His truth is written on your heart. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $120, 0 cents. I pay men to get blessing 100 million. He didn't have proof, only God's word, yet he built. And when the rains came, he was ready. You've been building your ark, chosen one, through every doubt, every scoff, every storm. Now the rains are over and you're standing on dry ground. The world might not understand, but God does. You'll never face that ridicule again because your faith has been proven. Your life is a canvas now, painted with God's colors. Every stroke is intentional, every hue a promise. The battles you fought were the shadows, but now you're in the light. Your story isn't just yours, it's His, a masterpiece of grace that others will see and marvel at. You're not hiding anymore, you're shining, and the world can't look away. This new chapter is about freedom, not just from struggle, but from fear, from doubt, from anything that ever held you back. God has unlocked every chain, opened every gate. You're not running toward freedom, you're living it. Every breath you take is a declaration that the old is gone and the new is here. You'll never be caged again because God has set you free. Your heart is a wellspring now, overflowing with His peace. Where there was once anxiety, there's calm. Where there was pain, there's healing. This isn't temporary, it's eternal. God has planted His joy in you, and it's growing, spreading, touching everything you do. You're not just whole, you're holy, set apart for a purpose that only you can fulfill. And here's what's coming: a life so aligned with God's will that miracles become your normal. Doors you didn't knock on will open. People you didn't seek will find you. Blessings you didn't expect will overflow. This isn't about what you've done, it's about what God has declared. You're not waiting for the promise anymore. You're living it, and it's more than you ever imagined. If this truth is moving you, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls embracing this divine reality. Comment 777 below to seal this promise, to declare you're ready for the miracles God has prepared. Your action carries this message further, lighting the way for others. Think of Paul, one soul blinded by light on the road to Damascus. His past was marked by persecution, but God rewrote his story. From destroyer to apostle, his life became a testament to transformation. You're in your Damascus moment. The old you is gone, and the new you is radiant with God's purpose. You'll never walk that old road again, because He set you on a path of glory. Your legacy is being written now. Every choice you make, every step you take, it's building something eternal. You're not just living for today, you're planting seeds for tomorrow. Your children, your community, even strangers, they'll reap what you're sowing. God has made you a source, not a sinkhole. Your life pours out blessing, and it will flow for generations. This victory is your testimony. The world will try to explain it, but they'll never fully grasp it. Your peace, your strength, your joy, they're not natural, they're supernatural. A gift from the one who called you. You're not just a person anymore. You're a miracle, a sign, a wonder. You'll never be ordinary again because God has made you extraordinary. Your confidence is unshakable now, not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. You walk with the assurance of someone who knows their God is faithful. The doubts that once haunted you are gone, replaced by a certainty that moves mountains. You're not hoping for victory. You're living it, and it's changing everything. And here's the beauty. This is just the start. God's plans for you are vast, stretching beyond what you can see or dream. Every promise He's made is coming to pass, not because you forced it, but because He spoke it. You're not chasing His will, you're walking in it. The battles are over. The victory is yours, and the best is yet to come. If this is stirring your soul, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls living in God's promise. Type 777 in the comments to declare you're ready for what's ahead. Your support spreads this light, touching lives that need this truth. Consider Mary, chosen to carry the Savior. She didn't seek the role, but God saw her heart. Despite fear, despite questions, she said yes. That yes changed the world. Your yes to God's calling is changing yours. The battles you fought prepared you to carry His purpose, and you'll never carry that old fear again. You're ready for what is entrusted to you. Your life is a river now, flowing with His grace. It touches everyone around you, bringing life where there was dryness, hope where there was despair. You're not just blessed, you're a blessing. The world will see it, feel it, know it. You're not here to blend in. You're here to stand out, to show what God can do with a heart that trusts Him. This victory is your new rhythm. Every heartbeat, every breath, it's in sync with His plan. You're not stumbling anymore. You're dancing. The struggles that once tripped you up are gone, replaced by a grace that carries you forward. You'll never fall back into that chaos because God has set your feet on solid ground. Your story is a fire now, spreading light and warmth. People will gather around it, drawn to the heat of God's presence in you. You're not just telling a story, you're living one. A testament to His power that no one can deny. The battles are behind you and the glory is ahead. You'll never walk that old path again because God has made you new. Your victory, chosen one, is a divine melody now. A song God has composed through your life. Each note is a moment of faith. Each chord a triumph over trials you'll never face again. The world hears this music in your presence, your peace, your strength, your unshakable joy. You're not just living a life, you're creating a symphony that echoes His glory. Every step you take adds to this harmony, a sound that drowns out the noise of your past and fills the air with promise. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm against crashing waves. Storms came, winds howled, but it never fell. That's you. The tempests of doubt, fear, and hardship battered you, but you stood tall, anchored by God's truth. Now the seas are calm, and your light shines brighter than ever. You'll never face those storms again because God has made you a beacon guiding others to safety. Your life is a signal to the lost that hope is real and victory is certain. This new chapter is about authority, not the kind the world chases, but a quiet divine power that flows from knowing who you are in Him. You walk with a confidence that doesn't need to shout. It speaks in your actions, your choices. You're calm in the face of chaos. God has given you a mantle, a calling to lead, to heal, to restore. You're not just a follower anymore, you're a forerunner, paving the way for others to find their victory. If this truth is stirring your heart, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls embracing their divine authority. Comment 777 below to declare you're stepping into this power, to tell the heavens you're ready for what's yours. Your action amplifies this message, reaching those who need to hear it. Today, 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 Think of Deborah, a prophetess and judge who led with wisdom when the world was in turmoil. She didn't seek power, but God placed it in her hands. Her courage turned the tide for a nation. You're in your Deborah moment, called to lead not by force, but by faith. The battles you fought have prepared you to guide others, to speak truth, to stand firm. You'll never face that uncertainty again because God has made you sure. Your words carry weight. Now what you say, what you pray, it shifts things. God has tuned your voice to align with His will. And when you speak, the atmosphere listens. You're not just talking, you're decreeing. Mountains move, doors open, hearts change. The struggles that once silenced you are gone, replaced by a boldness that comes from Him. You'll never be muted again because God has given you a voice that echoes eternity. Your vision is expansive now. Where you once saw limits, you see possibilities. God has lifted the veil, showing you a world ripe with His promises. You're not confined by what was or what is. You're shaped by what will be. Every dream, every hope, every prayer is coming into focus, not as a wish, but as a reality. You're not chasing visions anymore. You're building them brick by brick with God's hand guiding yours. This victory reshapes time itself. Your days are no longer weighed down by worry or rush. God has stretched your moments, filling them with purpose. You'll find you have time to create, to love, to rest, to grow. The frantic pace of your past is over, replaced by a rhythm that flows with His peace. You'll never run that race again because God has set you in His perfect timing. Your heart is a sanctuary now, a place where God's presence dwells. The chaos that once invaded your thoughts has no place here. You're not just calm, you're anchored. People will sense this when they're near you, drawn to the stillness you carry. It's not something you try to do, it's who you are. The battles that once stirred unrest are gone. And you'll never know the turmoil again, because God has made you His dwelling place. If this is resonating, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls living in God's peace. Type 777 in the comments to claim this sanctuary, to declare you're ready for His presence. Your support carries this message further, lighting the way for others. Consider Jonah, who ran from God's call, but found himself in the belly of a whale. That dark place wasn't his end, it was his turning point. God brought him out, not just to obey, but to fulfill a purpose that saved the city. You've had your whale moments, chosen one, but you're out now. The darkness is behind you, and you'll never be swallowed by it again. God has set you on a mission, and you're ready to walk it out. Your influence is a riverbed, channeling God's blessings to those around you. Your life isn't just yours, it's a conduit for His goodness. People will come to you not because of what you have, but because of what flows through you. You're not hoarding His gifts, you're sharing them. And the more you give, the more He pours. You'll never know scarcity again, because God has made you a source of abundance. This victory is your foundation now. Every decision you make, every path you choose, it's built on the truth of what God has done. You're not starting from scratch anymore. You're building on a rock. The shaky ground of your past is gone, replaced by a stability that nothing can shake. It's not dependent on circumstances or approval. It's rooted in Him. Even when the world tries to dim it, your light burns brighter. People will see it and wonder how you smile through storms. You don't need to explain, because your joy speaks for itself. The sorrow that once defined you is over, and you'll never carry it again, because God has filled you with His delight. Your purpose is a compass now guiding you through every choice. Where you once wandered, you now walk with direction. God has clarified your calling, and every step aligns with His plan. You're not guessing what's next, because He's shown you the aimless days are gone, and you'll never drift again, because God has set your course. If this truth is burning in your spirit, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls following God's compass. Command 777 below to seal this direction, to tell the universe you're ready for His plan. Your action spreads this light, touching hearts that need this truth. Think of Peter, who denied Jesus in fear but was restored to lead thousands. His failure wasn't the end, it was the beginning of a greater calling. Your mistakes, your doubts, they're not your story anymore. God has redeemed every misstep, turning them into strength. You'll never face that shame again, because He's made you a leader in His kingdom. Your life is a garden now, blooming with His promises. Every seed of faith you planted, every prayer you whispered, it's sprouting. The barren seasons are over and the harvest is here. You'll see fruit in your relationships, your work, your health. It's not a hope, it's happening. You'll never know that drought again, because God has made your life fertile ground. Your strength is unshakable now, not because of your effort, but because of His power. You've carried weights that would crush others, but they only made you stronger. God has forged you in His fire, and you're unbreakable. The fragility of your past is gone, replaced by a resilience that shines. You'll never be that vulnerable again, because He's made you a fortress. Your story is a bridge now, connecting others to hope. People will cross it, finding their way because of your light. You're not just living for yourself, you're a pathway for others to find God's truth. The isolation you once felt is over, and you'll never walk alone again, because He's made you a guide for His people. Your faith is a flame now, burning brighter with every step. It's not just a belief, it's a force. The doubts that once flickered in your heart are gone, replaced by a fire that nothing can extinguish. You light the way for others, not because you try, but because you are. You'll never face that darkness again, because God has made you a torch bearer. If this is speaking to your soul, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls carrying His flame. Type 777 in the comments to declare you're ready for this calling, to tell the heavens you're shining. Your support carries this message further, reaching those who need it. Consider Rahab, who risked everything to protect God's people. The world saw her as an outcast, but God saw her faith. Her choice changed her destiny, making her part of His eternal plan. You've made your choices, chosen one, and they've led you here. The risks you took, the faith you held, they've secured your place. You'll never face that rejection again, because God has called you His own. Your life is a tapestry now woven with threads of His grace. Every trial, every victory, it's all part of the design. The world sees beauty, but you know the truth. It's His handiwork. You're not just a thread, you're the whole picture, a masterpiece of His love. The frayed edges of your past are gone, and you'll never unravel again, because God has made you whole. Your peace is a river now, flowing through every moment, It calms storms, soothes hearts, carries life. You're not just at peace, you're a source of it. People will come to you drawn by the tranquility you carry. The chaos that once defined you is over. And you'll never know that unrest again, because God has made you his stream of living water. Your calling is a crown now, not a burden. You wear it with grace, not because you earned it, but because he gave it. The world may not see it, but the heavens do. You're not just chosen, you're anointed, set apart for a purpose that changes everything. The weight of doubt is gone, and you'll never carry it again, because God has made you royalty in his kingdom. Your life is a flame now, not just burning, but blazing. It lights up the darkness, warms the cold, guides the lost. You're not just surviving, you're illuminating. The world will see your light and know it's not yours alone, it's his. The shadows that once surrounded you are gone, and you'll never walk in them again, because God has made you a carrier of his radiance. Your victory, chosen one, is a banner raised high, a declaration that God's power in you cannot be shaken. The battles you've overcome are not just memories. They're milestones marking the moment you stepped into a life of divine triumph. You're not carrying the weight of those fights anymore. You're waving a flag of freedom. Every challenge you faced has become a testament, a story told in the heavens and on earth. You're not just a conqueror, you're a herald of God's unbreakable promises. Imagine a tree rooted deep, standing tall through storms that tore others down. Its branches reach for the sky, its leaves untouched by the chaos below. That's you now. The winds of doubt, the floods of fear, they came, but you stood firm. God has anchored you in his truth, and your roots go deeper than any storm can reach. You'll never be uprooted again, because he's planted you in a place of eternal strength, bearing fruit for his glory. This new season is about abundance. Not just in wealth, but in wisdom. God has opened your mind to see what others miss. Where confusion once clouded your thoughts, clarity now reigns. You'll discern truth from lies, opportunities from traps, purpose from distraction. This isn't about intellect, it's about divine insight, a gift that sets you apart. You're not wandering in uncertainty anymore. You're walking in the light of his understanding. If this truth is stirring your soul, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls embracing God's wisdom. Comment 777 below to claim this clarity, to tell the universe you're ready for his insight. Your action carries this message further, lighting the way for those who need it. Think of Solomon, who didn't ask for riches or power, but for wisdom. God gave him that, and so much more. Your battles have taught you to seek what matters. And now God is pouring out his knowledge on you. You're not just wise, you're divinely guided. The choices that once overwhelmed you are clear now, and you'll never face that confusion again, because he's made you a steward of his truth. Your presence is a spark now, igniting change wherever you go. You don't need to force it. Your life carries a fire that transforms. People will feel it. Co-workers, friends, even strangers. They'll sense something different, something alive. You're not just existing, you're radiating. The dullness of your past is gone, replaced by a vibrancy that draws others to his light. You never blend into the shadows again, because God has made you a flame. Your future is a canvas stretched wide for God's masterpiece. Every moment is a brushstroke painting a life of purpose and joy. You're not limited by what was or what could have been. You're creating what will be. God has given you the tools, the vision, the freedom to build something eternal. The days of feeling stuck are over, and you'll never be confined again, because He's made you an artist of His glory. This victory is your inheritance now. Not something you earn, but something you receive. God has written your name in His book of blessings, and they're flowing to you. Health, peace, provision, purpose. You don't need to chase them. They're already yours. The scarcity you once knew is gone, replaced by an overflow that never runs dry. You'll never face lack again, because God has made you heir to His abundance. Your heart is a fortress now, guarded by His peace. The fears that once broke through are locked out forever. You're not just safe, you're secure, wrapped in the certainty of His love. People will see this strength in you, this unshakable calm, and they'll wonder how you stand so firm. You don't need to explain, because your life testifies you'll never be shaken again, because God has made you His stronghold. If this is speaking to your spirit, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls standing in God's strength. Type 777 in the comments to declare you're claiming this fortress, to tell the heavens you're ready for His security. Your support spreads this light, touching hearts that need this truth. Consider Gideon, called from the shadows to lead an army. He doubted, he questioned, but God saw a mighty warrior. Your battles shaped you the same way, turning doubt into courage, fear into faith. You're not hiding anymore. You're leading not by might, but by His Spirit. The timidity of your past is gone, and you'll never shrink back again, because God has made you bold. Your life is a mirror now, reflecting God's glory to the world. People will see themselves differently because of you. Not their flaws, but their potential. You're not just living, you're revealing, showing others what's possible when God takes charge. The days of feeling invisible are over, and you'll never be overlooked again, because He's made you a reflection of His light. Your steps are ordered now, each one guided by His hand. Where you once tripped, you now stride. God has cleared the path, removing obstacles you'll never face again. Every move you make is purposeful. Every direction, you're not wandering through life anymore. You're walking a road He paved. The detours of your past are gone, because He set you on a straight path. Your voice is a trumpet now, sounding His truth. When you speak, it carries weight. Not because of your words, but because of His power behind them. You're not just talking, you're proclaiming, shifting hearts, breaking chains. The silence that once held you back is broken, and you'll never be voiceless again, because God has made you His messenger. Your joy is a riverbed now, carrying His blessings to others. It flows through you, touching lives you may never know. You're not just happy, you're a source of hope, a wellspring of life. People will drink from your joy, finding strength in your smile. The sorrow that once drained you is gone, and you'll never be empty again, because God has filled you to overflowing. If this truth is burning in your heart, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls, flowing in God's joy. Comment 777 below to seal this promise, to declare you're ready for His overflow. Your action carries this message further, reaching those who need it most. Think of Hannah, who prayed through tears for a child, Her pain was real, but so was her faith. God heard her, and Samuel was born, a prophet who changed a nation. Your prayers, your cries, your faith, they've been heard too. The barren seasons are over, and you'll never face that emptiness again. God has answered, and your life is bearing fruit that will outlast you. Your confidence is a cornerstone now, grounding everything you do. It's not about pride, it's about knowing who holds you. You walk with assurance, not because of what you've done, but because of what He's declared. The doubts that once tripped you are gone, replaced by a certainty that anchors you. Never waver again, because God has made you steadfast. Your life is a sanctuary now, a place where others find rest. Your presence calms, your words heal, your actions restore. You're not just living, you're sheltering, offering peace to those still in their storms. The chaos that once defined you is over, and you'll never know that unrest again, because God has made you His haven. Your purpose is a flame now, burning with divine clarity. It lights your path and warms those around you. You're not searching for meaning anymore. You are living it. Every step, every choice, every moment is infused with His calling. The aimlessness of your past is gone, and you'll never drift again, because God has set your heart ablaze. Your legacy is a seed now planted deep in the earth. It will grow not just in your life, but in generations to come. You're not just building for today, you're sowing for tomorrow. The world will feel the impact of your faith, your courage, your victory. The struggles that once held you back are gone, and you'll never be bound again, because God has made you a sword of His promises. If this is resonating, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls planting God's seeds. Type 777 in the comments to claim this legacy, to tell the universe you're ready for His harvest. Your support spreads this light, touching lives that need this hope. Consider Nehemiah, who rebuilt Jerusalem's walls against all odds. Mockers laughed, enemies threatened, but he pressed on. God gave him strength, and the city stood again. Your battles were your broken walls, but God has rebuilt you stronger than ever. You'll never face that ruin again, because He's made you a restorer of His vision. Your life is a melody now, sung with His words. Every note carries grace. Every verse tells of triumph. You're not just humming along, you're singing loud. A song that lifts hearts and shifts souls. The silence of your past is over, and you'll never be muted again, because God has given you a voice that resonates with His glory. Your strength is a mountain now, unmoved by the winds of this world. You stand tall, not because of your effort, but because of His power. People will look to you, not for what you do, but for who you are. A rock, a refuge, a testament. The fragility that once defined you is gone, and you'll never crumble again, because God has made you His fortress. Your heart is a beacon now, shining with His love. It draws people not with words, but with warmth. You're not just living, you're illuminating, showing others the way to His truth. The darkness that once surrounded you is over, and you'll never walk in shadows again, because God has made you His light. Your journey is a river now flowing with His purpose. It carries you forward, carving new paths, bringing life to dry places. You're not stuck anymore, you're moving, guided by His current. The stagnation of your past is gone, and you'll never be still again, because God has set you in motion for His glory. Your victory, chosen one, is a crown forged in the fires of your trials, now shining with God's glory. The struggles you've left behind were not defeats, and the hammer and anvil shaping you into royalty. You wear this crown not with pride, but with purpose, a symbol of His favor that no one can take away. You're not just standing in triumph, you're reigning, a living testament to the King who chose you. The days of feeling small are over, and you'll never bow to doubt again, because God has made you His heir. Picture a river breaking through a dam, unstoppable, flooding the land with life. That's your spirit now. The barriers that once held you back, fear, shame, lack, have been shattered. God has unleashed a current of blessing that sweeps away the debris of your past. You're not fighting to break free anymore. You're flowing, carrying His abundance wherever you go. You'll never be contained again, because He's made you a force of His grace. This new season is about revelation. God is unveiling truths you couldn't see before. Where shadows once clouded your path, His light now shows the way. You'll understand things, people, situations, your own heart with a clarity that feels like a gift. This isn't about knowledge, it's about divine sight. A vision that pierces through lies and reveals His plan. You're not guessing anymore, you're seeing, and you'll never walk blind again. Comment 777 below to claim this vision, to tell the heavens you're ready for His clarity. Your action carries this message further, lighting the way for those who need it. Think of Elisha, who saw what others couldn't. Chariots of fire surrounding him when the enemy closed in. Your battles taught you to see beyond the visible, to trust God's protection when all seemed lost. Now your eyes are open to His promises, and you'll never face that blindness again. God has made you a seer, discerning His truth in a world full of illusions. Your presence is a tide now, lifting those around you. You don't need to strive for impact. Your life carries a current that raises others up. People will feel stronger, braver, closer to hope just by being near you. You're not just living, you're elevating. A force that shifts hearts toward His light. The days of feeling powerless are gone, and you'll never be diminished again, because God has made you His vessel of upliftment. Your faith is a shield now, forged stronger than any weapon. It's not just belief, it's armor protecting you from every arrow the world might aim. You've faced attacks, doubt, criticism, fear, and walked through unscathed. Now you stand guarded by His truth, unshaken by lie. You're not vulnerable anymore. You're fortified, and you'll never be pierced again, because God has made you His stronghold. This victory is your rhythm now, a heartbeat synced with His will. Every choice, every step, it pulses with purpose. You're not stumbling through decisions anymore. You're dancing to His song. The chaos that once threw you off balance is gone, replaced by a cadence that carries you forward. You'll never lose your step again, because God has set your life to His tempo. Your story is a scroll now written with His promises. Each chapter tells of battles won, faith proven, and blessings received. You're not just a reader, you're the author, guided by His hand. The blank pages of uncertainty are filled now, and you'll never face an unwritten future again. God has made you a scribe of His glory, crafting a narrative that inspires the world. If this is resonating, Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls writing God's story. Type 777 in the comments to seal this promise, to declare you're ready for His narrative. Your support spreads this light, touching hearts that need this truth. Consider Miriam, who led with song and dance after the Red Sea parted. Her joy wasn't just for her, it was for a nation set free. Your victory is your song now, in a melody that lifts others from their chains. You're not just celebrating, you're liberating, showing the world what freedom looks like. The silence of your past is over, and you'll never be muted again, because God has made you His voice of triumph. Your life is a mosaic now, each piece a moment of His grace. The broken shards of your struggles have been gathered, reshaped into something beautiful. You're not defined by what was shattered, but by how He restored you. The world sees art where there was once pain, and you'll never be broken again, because God has made you His masterpiece. Your courage is a flame now, burning through fear like wildfire. It's not just boldness, it's divine fire consuming every doubt that tries to linger. You walk with a bravery that others can't explain, a strength that defies logic. The timidity that once held you back is ashes now, and you'll never cower again, because God has made you His torch of valor. Your purpose is a compass now, pointing true north no matter the storm. You're not swayed by opinions or distracted by noise. God has aligned your heart with His will, and every step you take is guided. The wandering of your past is gone, replaced by a direction that never falters. You'll never lose your way again, because He's made you His navigator. Your influence is a breeze now, gentle but undeniable, moving hearts without force. You don't need to shout to be heard. Your life speaks. People will feel your presence like a warm wind, stirring hope, calming fears. You're not just existing, you're inspiring, and you'll never be ignored again, because God has made you His breath of change. If this truth is burning in your heart, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls carrying God's wind. Comment 777 below to declare you're ready for this influence, to tell the universe you're His messenger. Your action carries this message further, reaching those who need it. Think of Jeremiah, called to speak truth when the world turned against him. His words were fire, his heart steadfast, even in exile. Your battles forged you like him, a prophet of hope in a weary world.